3 weeks. We are 3 weeks away from the end of the season. For some, people are having heart attacks just hoping that they get into the playoffs. Other teams, they're just praying for the end because they just want the season to end. I know a couple of people here that just want the season to end, myself included. Greetings, everybody on the Voice of Reason, and joining me as always for the Haymakers predicting the NFL season is Nikki and Leah.
I crave death.
Indifference.
Indifference. Oh, this has just been painful. Just watching every game I can.
Mm-hmm.
Reddit. Last week I wasn't even able to watch football because I was so focused on the DLC and Pokemon.
Does look fun.
By the way, we're on the 11th of January. We're getting an epilogue.
Yes, I did see that. It's I think some people have already data mined it and they kind of spoiled what's going to happen. But I'm looking.
I've heard that people have data mined it, but I haven't. But I'm avoiding spoilers like a ninja.
Me too.
All right, but yeah. So as my take on Indigo Disc, a lot better than Teal Mask. I'll tell you that much.
I will say the big takeaway that I've gotten from that bit of the DLC is that we need a game where you are just a Pokemon, not quite Mystery Dungeon because that's close, but a game where you can just be a Pokemon in the wild, like kind of do new Pokemon Snap, but from the perspective of the Pokemon.
Maybe something like I'm trying to remember. There was like a game where you played as
Mystery Dungeon 3D.
That's close.
Would be like the only real option for them to actually do something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a neat mechanic. Maybe they'll implement that into a new game.
Like that or Pokemon Rumble.
I would love that. All right, but yeah, the DLC much better. Love the villain arc with Kieran. The end game in Area Zero was really good. Carmine is still dense as ever.
Carmine is a good girl.
No.
Yes. Yes.
You and Sig are the only people I know that actually like Carmine. Oh god. Anyway, talking about football. So, pretty even as far as last week. Nikki and I tied 8-8, and Leah, you tied the coin at 7-9.
Yeah, it feels like we're kind of converging into a singularity, but it looks like I'm running away a little bit. We still need to do a little check with the math to make sure it's all right.
Yeah. All right. So with that said, let's move on to our winners and losers. Anyone want to go first?
I know Leah does.
Go ahead, Leah.
Your loser for the week?
Yes, the Falcons. The Falcons losing to the Panthers.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations, you're one of two teams that lost to the worst team in football.
I think the other was the Texans.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
I also think that was like week 1.
No, that was that was late.
That was a little bit later.
Middle of the season.
Mm-hmm.
We can check.
We have the internet.
We have technology. Proceeds to be a computer trying to find it.
2-12.
But yeah, Falcons look like ass.
Yeah, I was willing to give the Falcons possibly a win or make them my winner if they would have fired Arthur Smith. Like, even with this loss, like, that would have been worth, but they didn't. The owner of the team came out and said, we're going to do an evaluation at the end of the season. And it's just like, what more do you need to know?
I think that's more just saying, hey, we're going to fire him. We're just waiting for the end of the season because at this point it doesn't matter.
I mean, sure, I guess, but the Falcons are very technically, still in the playoff hunt. Like, you'd think that they would want the best shot.
They're not in the playoff hunt.
They're a game behind Tampa.
They're not in
Like-
the playoff hunt.
Mathematically.
They've got to
They're
beat.
more in the playoff hunt than our Bears are.
Yeah, but we suck.
Yeah, that I see. I don't see how that matters.
The Falcons have to beat the Colts, us, which is doable. Well,
And the Saints.
and the Saints, which I see them winning one of those games, which will not
Fair
be
enough.
enough to save them.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
The Colts are scary good.
they're weirdly good.
Yes.
Is that your winner for the week?
No, my winner for the week is anyone who doesn't support a Detroit team.
Anyone who doesn't.
Who does support it? Who doesn't or
Doesn't.
Are you talking about the Pistons and how
Yes, I am
historically
talking about
ass
the
they are?
They are extraordinarily bad.
You know what's a fun follow right now on Twitter is Kofi from Secret Base, John Boyce's I guess
Buddy.
partner in crime. Like he is a diehard Pistons fan and he is going through some trauma right now.
I follow him on TikTok. It's hilarious.
Oh man, poor dude.
As a Chicago sports team fan, welcome to our pain.
Yeah. Like, granted, I haven't been mad at the Pistons. Like, the Bad Boy Pistons was before my time. So I don't, like, all I know is that Bill Laimbeer was a bastard, and that's kind of it. Like I respect Isaiah Thomas. Joe Dumars actually is from the city that I live in right now. So that's kind of cool. But, like, the Pistons are fine by me. Like, I just want them to, like, win a game, please, because Cade Cunningham is all right, and Asar Thompson looks like a great defensive guy.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to Nikki, your winners and losers.
Fuck, why do I never...
Dang it, why do I always do this?
It happens every time. You know what? I'll say the Colts are my winner for this week. I was mentioning it earlier, but, like, they are, like, how are they this good? This is weird. Because I'm used to Gardner Minshew teams being very fun and to lose. They're like 8-5 right now or something. 8-6, yeah. And they're tied for the lead at the top of the AFC South. Actually, it's a 3-way tie at the top of the AFC South right now.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. But like, these guys could like ass backwards their way into a 3 seed.
They also could. Yeah.
Like,
they don't deserve to.
No, dude, but they might. Shane Steichen might be coach of the year. Like, he has this team rolling.
Yeah, well,
that defense is something.
Him, D'Amico Ryans, and Dan Campbell are the three front runners in my opinion for coach of the year.
I'm gonna look up on DraftKings, see if there's any
updates.
Any updates to coach of the year?
Yeah, but yeah, Colts have been doing a lot with just their backups. Zach Moss, Gardner Minshew, Alec Pierce is becoming a number 2. Pittman, hopefully he got blasted. I recall by in the game against Pittsburgh, but hopefully he's going to be all right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I looked it up, and the 3 people that you mentioned are the 3 favorites right now. Dan Campbell is at plus 200, Shane Steichen is at plus 300, and D'Amico Ryans is at 350.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
And then after that, the only other 2 that are in the triple digits are Kyle Shanahan at 450 and Mike McDaniel at 650.
Ooh, okay. Your loser?
My loser. Let's find a loser. Who's a loser? A loser.
I wouldn't say the Bears.
Nah, the Bears held tough. The Bears held tough with the Browns, and literally, if Darnell Mooney's hands were just a little better, they would have won that game.
I did mention the Steelers.
Hell, if he didn't kick the ball, that might have helped.
I did mention the Steelers earlier.
We did, but I'm going to go with the Jets.
Oh.
Because not only did they get throttled by the Dolphins without Tyreek Hill, like, they didn't even score a point on their asses, but also, like, that they got eliminated from the playoffs, and now that that's not on the table, now they're just like, Aaron Rodgers was never actually quite ready to go, and he's not going to be able to play this season, and it's just like, yep, okay. There it is, right there.
I also want to point out during that game, Zach Wilson tried to play through a fucking concussion.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That is how desperate, like, okay, I mean, the ball's on Zach Wilson and trying to keep playing, but behind that O-line?
Yeah, I was about to say, especially after it came out a couple days ago that he didn't want to go back to being the starting quarterback. This is just like, that's like him being like, oh, no, I got this. I fucking bring it on. I'm all in, boys.
The guy, freaking Becton was laughing going off the field after he keeps on getting smoked.
Yeah. Dude only got 11, or dude had 15 dropbacks in the game and got sacked 4 times. Like, the Jets' offensive line is like the offensive line version of terrorism.
It is like I said it earlier in the year, they have the worst offensive line in the league.
I believe it.
Most of it is because of injuries, but other times it's just they are undisciplined. Like Dwayne, like I said earlier, what was it? Hell, even Utri was saying this. Like the fact that they had Dwayne Brown protecting Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson's blind side was a mistake. He keeps on getting smoked.
Yeah, he's not that dude anymore. He was that dude 10 years ago. He's not that dude now.
The only good person that's on that offensive line is Elijah Vera Tucker, and he keeps on getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get the Jets some help on the line. Otherwise, Aaron Rodgers ain't coming back. No quarterback is going to want to play behind that line unless you fix something.
Yeah, like that is a firing squad right there. That's not an offensive line.
Like I've seen better offensive line play from I'm trying to remember the movie, from The Longest Yard, when they realized when the Mean Machine found out that Paul Crewe was not playing right.
Oh yeah, and like they thought he was throwing the game again, so they were just like, heh. No,
and they just let him through. And
the Great Khali was just like, no.
Exactly.
I forgot how many wrestlers were in that movie. That movie's a fucking fever dream.
Goldberg, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep, Kevin Nash,
Jinx.
Who else was in that? Great Khali we mentioned. Do I remember like any other like big name wrestlers in there? No, I remember a couple of former NFL players. I know Michael Irvin was in that, and Brian
Bob Sapp. Technically speaking,
who?
Technically, I think he's both.
Brian Bosworth was in it, playing linebacker.
So fun.
Yeah. Anyway, my winners and losers for the week actually comes from the same game. My winner for the week, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You.
Look at that. 300 yard passing game. What else did he do? 380 yards.
Highest QBR of the week?
Yep. Perfect passer rating, by the way.
Mm-hmm. First person, I think, to ever have a perfect passer rating as a visiting quarterback at Lambeau.
Yeah, which goes into my loser of the week, the Packers defense.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, jeez. Like, just watching Tom stream, just like calling for, the fire Joe Barry's.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because honestly, he like the Packers defense has been a problem as of late. Not even since 2020. Like, they've always had trouble with the pass. They've mostly had trouble with the pass. But last year it was the run game. This year it's back to the pass game. Something needs to change, and it's got to be the defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Also healthy players, but that goes without saying.
Yes.
All right. So, that's out of the way. Let's go on to the week. It is Christmas week, or holiday week, whatever. So, let's start off things with Thursday night's game, Saints-Rams. So, Saints showed up against the Giants. They made Tommy DeVito humble.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah.
Luckily, they still have Tyrod Taylor, so that's kind of a nice.
Yeah.
But
and the Rams, they won, but it did get close at the end against the Commanders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, way closer than I would have hoped for.
Mm-hmm.
But the Rams, like they occasionally seem like a really good team, and I don't know what to make of them.
Like, honestly, once Rivera's gone and Bieniemy takes the job,
Mm-hmm.
I think they can actually contend in the AFC East. Maybe not
NFC East.
Sorry, NFC East. Excuse me. Thank you. They actually contend, but keep the offensive scheme that they're currently working with Sam Howell. Bolster the.
Did Howell get hurt? Because Jacoby Brissett finished out the game.
He might have.
And Jacoby looked way better.
But yeah, once they get a good scheme going and actually fix that defense, since they trade away every single one of their players, they're good guys to other teams that needed it. They honestly could be contenders in the NFC, maybe even going for a wild card. But as of now, not so much. But anyway, this game.
Oh no, they just straight up benched his ass.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like, well, we'll get to them when we talk about the Commanders, but yeah, I think they're rolling with Brissett.
Okay then. That being said, this is the Rams game to lose. I'm picking the Rams.
Yeah, me too. I don't feel like I feel like this game could end up being pretty close, but like the Rams have just shown a little bit more, and I'm not sold on the Saints, so I'm going to take the Rams.
All right.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's the exact opposite.
Mm-hmm.
No, you think the Rams are more fraudulent than the Saints?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Although I
They're
will
both
notice
in
that
that same territory of I don't know who. Like, if they were facing any other team, I'd be like, I'm leaning towards the other team.
Mm-hmm.
Except for, like, there's very few cases where I would pick them over another team. But because they're facing each other, it's like, I don't know which I pick.
Mm-hmm. Although I will say on the sheet you put down just Saints, so only one.
Only one of them.
I mean, yeah, I can only pick one. We don't do ties here.
No, I'm saying Saint, singular.
Yes, a singular Saint.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's Taysom Hill.
I was gonna say Cam Jordan.
Ah.
No, it's the mascot.
What's their new mascot? Do they have a new mascot, or do they still have Gumbo?
Probably still have Gumbo.
Okay. All right, moving.
New Orleans Saints mascot. I'll look it up.
Okay, moving
I
on.
was doing the exact same thing.
Okay. Well,
Sir Saint.
Okay.
Along with Gumbo the dog.
All right. So the co-mascot. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the coin has selected the Saints as well.
Oh yeah. Sir Saint is that dude with the giant chin.
Right. Oh right. The butt for a chin.
Yeah. Hey Lois, I became the mascot for the New Orleans Saints.
All right, moving on. Let's go to the Festivus games. Starting off. Yep, December 23rd.
I have some fucking grievances to air.
Yep, and both of these teams have their grievances. Bengals Steelers.
Steelers are ass, y'all.
Yep.
That streak of what's it called? Like Mike Tomlin finishing over 500 for like 20 years in a row. That's gonna end.
Possibly, which is a shame because
Like-
they had a decent schedule up until now.
They
Yeah.
haven't been eliminated yet.
Oh yeah, they're still technically alive. Hell, they could still finish 10-7 if like the stars aligned. But nah, Jake Browning is the fucking man, y'all.
Yeah, said last time, Jake Browning is perfect as Joe Burrow's backup in case oh no, they lose Joe Burrow, don't worry, Jake Browning's got it.
Yeah, for now at least. But I have a good feeling by like the end of 2025, he's going to be the quarterback of a team in the NFC South.
We'll see.
Pick one. It could literally be any of them.
Honestly, it's probably if I had to guess, the Falcons.
Falcons probably.
But yeah, so Bengals are still hot. Coming back against the Vikings, Steelers choose not to block. By looking at you, George Pickens.
Yeah, that like he even came out later and basically said, yeah, that was a business decision. I didn't want to get hurt. And I'm just like, where you can definitely not get hurt doing that sort of thing? The fucking bench.
Not playing.
Yeah, I think he said I didn't want to get into a Tank Dell situation. All you had to do was just hold your hands out in front of the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you don't grab the shirt and pull him, you're good.
Yeah. Even
So,
Jalen, even his own teammate was just like, yeah, I would have blocked for him. Like, come on.
So fun fact about the Steelers was since the start of December, they are 0-3.
Yeah, it's not good, y'all.
Did they get the Miami curse?
Oh,
They may have.
Mm-hmm.
Once
They were winning some, they were losing some, and then the moment it became December.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, now they're benching Trubisky for Mason Rudolph.
And here's the thing: they could have still made the playoffs if they just if they beat the Patriots.
Yeah,
a team they should have beaten.
Yeah. Yeah, it was at that moment that I knew, oh, these guys are frauds. Big old frauds.
I just had a stupid thought in my head.
Tell us.
Rudolph, with your throw so bright, won't you guide this team tonight?
Boo.
I know. It was stupid.
Boo.
It ain't gonna happen.
Go sit in the corner.
Well,
you think about what you've done.
Well, it's supposed to be in the 50s that weekend. Maybe it'll generate a little bit of fog. Oh, I'm terrible. Anyway, Bengals are gonna win this one.
Yeah, Bengals by a bunch. What's the spread on this game? Don't care. Double it. It's actually... Wow, Bengals -2?
Double it. Oh, triple it.
Dude.
Triple it.
Dude, I would take that at 10. Yeah. Legitimately, that feels like free money.
Right.
What has the Steelers team showed you that implies that they can keep this under a field goal game?
Not much.
Not much.
All right. Okay.
They lost by 17 to the Colts. They lost by 14 to the fucking Cardinals.
Yeah. Anyway, Coin is taking the Steelers, by the way.
Madness.
Utter
madness.
Now for my Festivus and airing grievances. Bills Chargers.
Oh, y'all thought the Chargers were bad when they did have Justin Herbert. Y'all are not ready for this.
Okay, the reason I'm airing my grievances is not that the Bills are going up against the Chargers. No, this is an easy win for them that they should destroy Easton Stick. No, my grievance is that it's aired exclusively on Peacock.
That's weird.
Yep, this is one of the first Peacock games. NBC's trying to get everybody to sign up for their streaming service, which honestly is not too terrible. It's only $6 a month.
You also get wrestling.
Except their interface is ass.
Yeah.
You also get pro wrestling.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, that's actually not terrible.
For you, it actually sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it's honestly it's a bargain. But again, I haven't watched WWE since 2019.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yep. I only just got it so I could watch the Monk movie.
There's a Monk movie?
Yep, they came out with a reunion movie.
Wow.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
Yep,
I loved Monk when I was younger.
Yep, it's called Monk's Last Case.
Monk's Last Case.
They brought the most of the original cast back. Natalie's back. Randy Disher's back. Stottlemeyer's back.
Mm-hmm.
They got Trudy back as like stuff for Monk to talk to, even though she's dead. Yeah, it's honestly not bad. It's also pretty heavy.
Wow.
I'm just saying it's a heavy topic movie.
Interesting.
Yep. But anyway, this game, Bills showed that the Cowboys cannot beat good teams.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chargers got a win in a way by getting rid of Brandon Staley.
Yeah, it's actually really impressive because apparently he came out and said, hey, we weren't planning on running the ball 50 times a game, but we just adapted. Like, holy shit. Teams can do that? They can make halftime adjustments?
Yeah.
No. This is sim football.
I know. I mean, I have a bye this week. I had a bye this week in our fantasy league in the flex league, and yet every other play, James Cook touchdown, James Cook touchdown, James Cook 50-yard run.
Yeah, he just gashed them.
I know. So yeah, this is the Bills. Yeah, Bills should have an easy win this week. Don't think there's any disagreements here.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Bills. Give me the Bills.
All right. Okay.
Like, I don't know. Again, I don't know what the spread is. Double it.
Okay. All right. Next, let's go. Christmas Eve games. Starting off with.
Wait a minute. I've realized something.
What?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about who got eliminated.
Well, we'll talk about two of the teams right now. Commanders, Jets.
Oh, wow.
Geez. Both these teams. Jets have no offense and, at this point, no defense. Because they can't stop.
And are still somehow favored by 3.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Commanders, also playing injured. They have no head coach. Might as well have no head coach. And they have they benched their star quarterback for a backup who's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
And yet, I'm still picking the Commanders.
Yeah, I was about to say, at some point, we need to recognize that Jacoby Brissett is like a top 5 backup quarterback. Like, he totally could be a starter on, like, some bad teams.
Uh-huh.
And, like, would be a good backup for basically anybody.
Right. Jeez, I'm just trying to think. I have to look at I'm just going to quick look at the injury report to see if Simeon is going to be playing instead of Wilson, because I know about the battling the concussion. So, yeah, I'm willing to bet Simeon's going to get the start over. Over Wilson.
If it's Wilson, if it's Wilson who's starting, like, you take Commanders and you bump up the points as far as you can go. Like,
I think
like there's nothing that this Jets team does good. And sure, you could say that same thing about the Commanders, but like they have at least some people. They have Scary Terry.
Yeah.
Granted, they have Sauce Gardner on the other side, but he's had his season hasn't been as good as his rookie year.
Nah, he's regressed. I mean, granted, he hasn't really been. I don't know. I haven't really noticed he hasn't been beaten. As far as going one-on-one against star receivers.
Let me look this up, because I feel like people just haven't been really talking about the Jets in general, aside from the Aaron Rodgers drama bullshit.
Yeah.
But let's see here.
Yeah, because I know Whitehead got burnt. It wasn't No, was it Whitehead that got burnt by Waddle?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Number...
Jalen Johnson's the number 1 corner according to Pro Football Focus. Suck it, everybody. And Tyreek Stevenson is like number 10 or like number 9. We have 2 top 10 corners.
Good for you.
So
okay,
so
I'm still
wanna
looking.
know why I want Washington to win?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they win and the Bears lose, the Bears, the Giants, and the Jets all move up.
Oh, what in terms of the draft in terms of draft ranking?
We go to 4, Giants to 6, Jets to 6. No, Giants to 5, Jets to 6, and Washington drops down to 7. Because we would all of us would be 5 and 10 at that point, and then it goes down to strength of schedule.
Right. But anyway, the Commanders are taking the Jets. Maybe they have a little bit of hope, but I honestly they're getting drunk on Christmas Eve early.
Yeah.
All right, but let's
if the Jets win.
Okay, Sauce Gardner's still like a really good corner, so he is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. The problem is he just hasn't really been talked about.
Yeah, because anytime people talk about the Jets is either talking about Aaron Rodgers or how Zach Wilson is like the worst quarterback ever. So,
but again,
like, not a lot of attention.
He wouldn't be the worst quarterback ever because he did make a lot of improvements this year. The problem is his offensive line regressed.
That's just the narrative that what's it called? Like the Zach Wilson is the worst quarterback ever thing is just the narrative that they push because it's really easy to do.
Yeah. But anyway,
it's easier to say the quarterback's bad than the O-line is bad.
Yeah, because when you say the quarterback's bad, you got one guy that you can point to and be like him.
Yeah, but yeah, and anyone with a functioning brain cell would say no. It's that line that keeps him, keeps letting everyone through. It's the same thing that happened with Sam Darnold. Like he was running for his life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but anyway, let's move on. Next, NFC North matchup. This could be interesting if it goes a certain way. Lions taking on the Vikings. Lions.
Can I make an honest opinion about the Lions?
Sure.
They are the worst 10-4 team I've ever seen.
I don't know. I've seen the Steelers a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like
also, they don't do well against in division teams. I've noticed.
That is kind of true. They have. Wait, let me check their record real fast.
They lost to the Bears. They lost to the Packers. They
nearly
barely
lost to
beat the Bears.
The Lions, they're 2-2 in their division right now, which is basically the same as every other team in the division.
They beat the Packers fairly decently, and where's that other Vikings game?
That hasn't happened yet.
Packers slightly.
That's at the end of the year.
Yeah, they haven't played either game with the Vikings yet.
Yeah, I think what was it?
Huh.
I forgot who mentioned this. It was either Perna or Grassi was saying that some of the good teams have gone through their rough patches.
It was Perna because I remember he was talking about how like the Lions are kind of coming out of theirs and the 49ers are like they had their 3-game losing streak and the Eagles have lost 3 in a row. So like every good team has like had that one run of just like, oh, we're frauds.
Yeah. So I think the Lions, especially given that what they have left, because the Cowboys left, and then after this they have the Vikings again. So I think they're just out of that rough patch, especially after a dominant win over the Broncos.
Yeah.
So this is gonna I feel that they're right back on track, and then this is where they're gonna contend once again for the number 2 slot in the NFC playoff picture.
Mhm. I
So,
will say that this game might be closer than people are expecting because the Vikings, or like Nick Mullins, looked okay.
mm,
Like, he threw for 300 yards and 2 tutties, and only had like 7 incompletions on the game against an all right Bengals defense.
right.
Like,
The last 3 times that they've faced an in-division person, they've either lost or only won by a score.
Mm,
oh yeah, and that one win was like that crazy comeback that they had against the Bears.
right.
Yes.
I'm still gonna take the Lions, but like, I would not do any like the I think I saw the line on this game was like Lions -3.5 or something, and I would not touch that. That feels like it could go either way.
Right.
I think I've changed my mind since putting down my answer, like before we started talking about it and such.
Mhm.
I'm going Vikings. I think they win. I think Lions will lose this game, lose against the Cowboys, and then beat the Vikings in the final week
Mm,
Mhm.
when it's at home.
Yeah,
okay.
I could see that.
It could go either way. But if the Lions do win here, they clinch their first ever NFC North title.
That's crazy.
I know.
Like, I know it's technically not the same thing, but it's still crazy that the Buccaneers have won the NFC North more recently than the Lions. Although technically back then it was the NFC Central.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact for the Australians,
Mm-hmm.
this along with the Jets Commanders game, basically all the games played at this time are
Mm-hmm.
technically Christmas Day games for Australia.
Ah,
Oh, that's true.
all right.
Also including the games later that day, meaning I can watch a Christmas Miracle and see the Bears lose to the Cardinals.
You shut your fuck. No.
Okay.
Also, I just opened ESPN to get back to the games, and like, I just pulled like the Bulls game is at the very top of my feed, and they are whooping the shit out of the Lakers.
Good.
That
Like,
makes me ever so happy.
All right.
48-30, about halfway through the second quarter.
All right. Okay, moving on. Battle of the former.
Kobe White is legit. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, moving on. Battle of the former Broncos QBs. Browns Texans.
Joe Flacco versus Case Keenum.
So, yeah, like Flacco looks good. I can't say any more than that. Flacco looks good. I mean, yeah, he's still throwing arm punts every now and again, but he still looks pretty darn good.
Dude, like whenever people say that a team is like literally just a quarterback away, they are going to point to this Browns team and just be like, that. Like they pulled Joe Flacco off the street and gave him like 2 weeks with this team, and he's good now. Like this Browns team is a good team.
I
Like a
know.
good complete team.
I mean, still they're still hurting, but still they look good.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the Texans.
The Tekkens?
Texans. The Texans.
Dickens.
They came back with Case Keenum against the Titans, which honestly they should have lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, kind of weird that Keenum was all the way down as their number 3 quarterback. Like, I would have had Case Keenum over Davis Mills, like, literally every day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, Keenum, like, he's had a couple of years in the league where, like, he was just like, is this the starter? Like, he took the Vikings to the NFC Championship game.
Right, and he was the go-to guy with when RG3 got hurt. In Washington.
Why is this guy a third-string quarterback?
I don't know. He honestly should be the backup.
Yeah,
You're
at
asking the
least.
wrong questions.
I think these are important questions. Like,
Well, we'll get that to when we do the end of the year list, where we have our own stories and whatnot, like what's going to dominate the league. But yeah, Browns still have a good defense. Texans are kind of be fighting an uphill battle because it is the Texans, Colts, and Jaguars gunning for the AFC North spot, the AFC South spot. I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, I want to take the Texans really
Me
bad.
too.
They are so beat up right now. Like their receiving room is shot. Like they
Yeah.
have
If both
nobody to throw
teams were
to.
at full, if both teams were at full strength, I'd still take the Browns, but it'd be a much closer game.
Yeah.
If okay, honest question. If both teams were at full strength, that would mean that the Browns would still have Deshaun Watson. Would you take Flacco or Deshaun right now?
I take Flacco over Deshaun. Which is weird.
$240 million.
All right, moving. Okay, so actually, the Browns, the coin has selected the Texans to win this.
Interesting.
All right.
Like there's a universe where I could see the Texans winning this game. So
if Stroud was healthy and they add Nico Collins, yes.
Yes.
Currently, no. All right, moving on. This honestly should be a bye week, but given the one team's track record on defense, not so much. Packers Panthers.
Oh no.
So
I don't know who's gonna win this game. Oddly enough,
like this game, fucking like that last game that the Panthers Falcons played, you could get tickets to that game for 45 cents, and you know what? It wouldn't have been worth it. Like, did you see the attendance for that game?
What was it? Below like 20,000 or something?
It was below 1,000.
Oh,
There was nobody there.
wow.
nobody went.
Dude, the pictures from that are startling. It looks like a fucking USFL game.
That was good. From the sounds of it, it sounded like a pandemic game.
Yeah, like because
I was
it's
gonna
the
say
Panthers...
it sounds like an athlete's game.
Oh what?
The A's.
Oh,
the
the
Oakland
Athletics.
Oh,
Yeah.
athletics. Okay, my bad. But yeah, like it was the fucking Panthers versus the fucking Falcons. Like you couldn't pay me to go to that game. That sounds atrocious, and they were right. It finished 9-7. But also, like apparently,
That's not the worst. That's not the worst game we've seen in the past 2 weeks.
Dude, like you couldn't pay me to go to any of those games that are in that list. But also, like it was also really bad weather conditions. So like you'd have to drive in the rain and sit for 3 hours in the rain to watch that.
Exactly.
Damn it, Nikki.
So anyway, will Bryce Young look amazing against this Joe Barry defense?
No.
He does. That's got to be it for him.
If they score like 28 points on the Packers and yet the Packers still win, Joe Barry will still get fired.
Yeah.
I honestly think the Panthers are just waiting for their season to be officially over. Like they have no more games to play. Mm-hmm. They'll fire him then, and then they have all off season to like get a coach.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably already looking for someone.
Sure, but also like who's gonna want to coach?
I would say they had someone last year, but Tepper didn't bite.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, who in their right mind is going to want to coach this team with David
Money.
Tepper at the top? It's going to have to be a lot. I mean, granted, David Tepper is, I think, one of the richer owners in the league, so he can afford to, like, sign coaches to big contracts and then immediately fire them because he's a dumbass. But, they're going to have to really throw out a Godfather offer to want to coach under that.
Exactly. So yeah, I think all of us are taking the Packers. The coin is taking the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Moving on. Next, this could be a close one. Seahawks Titans. Seahawks Drew Lock looked amazing. Something we haven't talked about.
Those words have never been said before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
oh, come on. I'm sure his mother said that once.
No, honestly, well, even at the end of, let's say it was like 2019 when he finally got the starts in Denver, he looked pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
Once he figured out what system worked for him, he was actually pretty good. The fact that they changed systems in 2020 hurt a lot for him.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I believe. Again, going back to Perna, he was saying that a lot when I think this was on GPS this morning. They were talking about his old. I forgot who it wasn't. I think their old OC when Vic Fangio was coach. It's when he left, the system changed and Drew Lock regressed, which is why they went all in on Russell Wilson in the years after. So
yeah,
here he looked good. Geno Smith was mentoring him. He looked great. Titans, another team that got eliminated.
Yeah. Will Levis might be hurt too, so they might have to go back to Tannehill, which would be terrible because I need Will Levis versus Drew Lock in the crazy eye will stare you down with a mouthful of testosterone game.
Yeah.
These two dudes are wild.
I know. I want. This is a weird one because I like Drew Lock and Will Levis. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent on the kid. He might be good with a better system, and healthier weapons around him. But at the same time, even with all the weapons that Drew Lock has, there's a sinking feeling that maybe the Titans will squeeze one out. So I'm picking the upset here. I'm picking the Titans over the Seahawks at home.
I'm cool with that. I could see that happening.
Yeah. But Nick, do you have a different opinion though, or are you gonna pick the Seahawks, or are you gonna pick the Titans?
I think I'm still gonna take the Seahawks
All right.
because they looked good on the Monday night game against the Eagles. And granted, the Eagles are kind of slipping right now, but I think that part of that is still the fact that the Seahawks did look pretty good.
Right.
So give me the Seahawks.
Okay. All right.
I do not trust the Seabird. I'm picking the Titans.
All right, Titans over Sea Chickens. Got it.
Also, the Seahawks still have something to play for, and the Titans don't.
Right. They could play spoiler.
Yeah, but that don't mean the Titans don't want to win.
Right. I'm just saying it could mean the Seahawks want to win more.
All right. Moving on. Next game at 1:00. Actually, final game at 1:00. Colts Falcons. So this could be a bye for the Colts since they crushed the crushed the Steelers with no blocking. Falcons, why has Arthur Smith not been fired? As we
Why
said
are
earlier.
the Falcons favored?
Why are they favored?
The only thing I could figure is that they're at home,
Yes.
at the place where they have to pump in crowd noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great home field advantage, y'all.
You know why they're favored?
Why?
Because the dice say so.
I guess.
But
they've got some algorithm that pumps out Falcons -1 for some dumb reason.
Yeah, but none of us are buying that. I think we're all taking the Colts.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about the coin?
Coin is taking the Colts. I say all of us, as in everyone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, let's start off the 4:00 games. The Battle of Florida Man. Yes,
Florida Man.
Yes, we're talking Jaguars Bucks.
So on the little playoff or on a little matchup predictor thingy that you get when you pull up this game on ESPN, it says Jaguars 50%, Buccaneers 49.6%. This game is close.
Yikes.
And that other 0.4% is the margin for tie.
Okay. Well, anyway, so Jaguars got their butts handed to them by the Ravens on prime time again.
What is going on with the Jaguars?
They don't play well on Prime. They should not play on Monday nights.
Yeah, because they lost on Monday night to the Bengals 3 weeks ago.
Yes. Game they probably should have won. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers. Well, to be fair, it was more likely that the Packers defense made them look good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a pretty weak 3-game win streak going right now. They've beaten the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Packers defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's not saying much.
It's not. It's really not.
Not really.
But a 3-game winning streak is definitely better than a 3-game losing streak last time I checked.
Yes.
Yes, up until the point that it becomes a 1-game winning streak and a 1-game losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. And like part of me really wants to take the Bucks just because I want something to come out of this dog ass division and like
No,
Like-
nothing good can come from this division.
someone has to win this division at 8 and 9 and you will like it.
No,
Uh,
it may happen, but I don't have to like it.
Well, I'm taking the Bucks. I think that Jacksonville, even though I think they're going through their own rough patch like the Eagles currently are, I think they're still on a downward trend until they need to get a little bit more healthy.
Yeah.
So
I-
that's why I'm taking
I
the
think
Bucks.
they're going to win, but just
Mm-hmm.
because think about it this way: the last 3 teams that they lost to, they barely lost to the Bengals, which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals are a decent team. They barely
Yeah.
lost to the Browns, once again,
Mm-hmm.
a fairly decent team. And then the Ravens happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically my brain is screaming Jags, but my heart is screaming Bucks, and I don't know who to follow, but I think I'm gonna take the Bucks. Let me ask
Okay.
the sugar.
See,
cookie
I'm
what that-
listening to my head that says the Bucks are not as good.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Hmm. The sugar cookie is telling me to take the Bucks.
What do you
I don't have sugar cookies.
What do you think, Wackus Bunkus? You then. Oh, you naughty Wackus Bunkus. Good idea.
Kill them both. Yes, I agree with this idea.
All right, moving on. Battle to see who is the bigger fraud. Cowboys Dolphins.
Man, this game should be so much better on paper.
I know, but, like, here's the thing. Cowboys got shown up against the Bills. Maybe it's just a sign that they can't play on the road.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Dolphins had a bye week
Yeah,
against
They-
the
they-
Jets.
they got to rest Tyreek Hill against a practice squad team. I will say, for what it's worth, the curse wheel picked the Cowboys this week.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you actually watched the curse wheel before you picked.
I did watch it this time. Yes, this is how I prepare.
Yeah, you did get
not
lucky.
by looking up winners or losers or anything. Nah, I watched the Perna. But granted, last week the Lions were cursed.
Yeah, they destroyed it.
Mm-hmm. Not only are the Lions biting kneecaps, they're biting the curse wheel in half.
Yeah, I think the curse wheel has only beaten 2 teams so far. The Lions, lost to 2 teams so far. The Lions and the 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah, the only other 2 teams that did win also lost like key players in the process, so like
Dolphins.
it's more of a pyrrhic. Yeah, Dolphins and someone lost a quarterback. Was that the Bengals?
No, it was the Jaguars.
Jaguars, yeah. Yeah,
Didn't the Ravens also lose someone?
might have.
Last week they lost one of their running backs.
Yeah.
His knee went the
Keaton
wrong
with the
way. I watched that video and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that was
But-
not a pretty knee.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins because like we said earlier, these Cowboys can't beat good teams. Like they feast off of like garbage teams, and then whenever it comes time to actually, prove themselves, they just fall into a sinkhole and die.
Any team that is good or lesser, they can do well against. Anyone that is on their level or better, they lose against.
Yes.
Which is not a good thing for the finals.
Yeah, because guess what teams usually get invited to the playoffs? Good teams.
Good teams. Mm.
All right. But anyway,
Funny how that works.
so I think, Leah, I think you're the only person picking the Cowboys.
No.
It says Cowboys on the sheet.
Oh, wait,
Does
yeah.
It doesn't say Cowboys on the sheet anymore. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think anybody trusts this Cowboys team.
Oh, you actually are picking the Dolphins?
Yeah, I put in the wrong team.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right.
Cool.
Okay, moving on. Final 4 o'clock game. Cardinals Bears.
Can we switch to
Cardinals
talking
are
about
winning.
the Christmas basketball? Can we switch to talking about the Christmas Day basketball games?
No.
Please?
No.
Please? Please?
No.
Dang.
Nikki, I want to point out something. Since you spoke about the Bulls-Laker game, the Lakers nearly caught us.
Oh, shit.
Way to go.
God damn. This is why I need to stop saying
61-55.
things. Damn it.
It is halftime. Have you learned nothing? Whenever we're doing well, you shut the fuck up.
I am taking the Bears, and that is all I will say on the topic.
I'm taking the Cardinals because, and this is my master plan. If my picks are correct, the Bears move up in the draft picks.
I am so tired of the draft picks. I just want to take the Panthers.
The tank will be.
Like, this is such Browns ass way of thinking. I want to win. I don't want to tank.
I know, but we suck.
Yeah.
We need at least. You know what? We'll compete next year.
Honestly, you might actually, if you run the table, you could actually make the playoffs.
I don't want that. I really don't want that, because if we make the playoffs, we could go. For some stupid reason, we'll win 2 games in a row and then get bounced by someone like the, I don't know, Cowboys or something.
Well, whoever the number 2 is, so it's probably going to be Lions, maybe? No.
I really don't want that.
So I'm taking the Bears.
Yeah.
Because they actually...
Yeah, there's just not a lot about this Cardinals team that make me want to go, oh yeah, I would trust them.
Which is a shame, because they actually played really well against the 49ers until they didn't.
Yeah. But
until they start playing well.
Yeah. But yeah, the Bears have 2 really good corners right now. Like I said earlier, in Jalen Johnson and Tyreek Stevenson. And the only thing that the, that the Cardinals have, you could point to as a strength, is Kyler Murray. So that's a problem. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about the Bears.
All right. Well, the coin is taking the Cardinals.
Cool. Good for it.
All right.
Coin's smart.
Okay. Well, finally, the Christmas Eve night game, as Santa is flying over all the houses, will be
Christmas lunchtime.
Yes, will be Patriots Broncos.
I do want to know, how bad do you think the CGI Santa that is going to be flying over the stadium is going to look? My guess is it's going to be PlayStation 1 quality.
See, I think it'll be too. I think they'll go with the. It's too high up to see, and you won't because it's so far away. It can just be a blur.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Teddy just said it's going to look like the plastic Santa Claus from Santa Claus 2.
Well, let me put it like this. AI could do worse.
Yes, AI could do much worse.
So
I've seen it.
So we all agree that the Broncos are beating the Patriots, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm talking about CGI Santa Claus more than I'm talking about this game.
Yeah, so I think this is also another one where if Broncos win out, they can make the playoffs, unless something else happens with either the Texans or the Steelers.
I mean, the Broncos are still 7-7 right now, so them winning out would put them at 10-7, and that's definitely a playoff team.
Right.
Like, it's just harder to like make it into the wild card of the AFC because like that whole like 6 through 11 of the AFC playoff picture is just a traffic jam.
Yeah. Well, honestly, they have probably the easiest schedule to get in because they have the Patriots this week, then they have the Chargers and the Chargers at home, and then they play the Raiders on the road. So
wow,
They're-
that
they're-
is
they're,
that is so easy.
yeah,
Yeah, that
There
feels.
are 7 teams at 7 or 8 wins.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, and 9, technically speaking, because the Browns.
Right.
The Browns are at 9, yeah.
Yeah, well, the Browns are pretty much like if they win, they pretty much secure a playoff spot.
Yeah, they clinch a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 6 and 7 that everyone needs to worry about.
Yeah, those are the two spots that
7
are
and
open for the field.
Oh no, the 6 and 7
Yeah,
wild card.
yeah, 8 doesn't get in.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were talking about 8 wins, 7 wins, so I heard 7.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Now you get where I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I think we're taking the Broncos. Let's see what they say. Yes, the coin is taking the Broncos. They're
Very good.
Smart. Now,
These Christmas Day games look rough until the end.
Yep, yep. Finally, it's Christmas.
Boxing Day games.
Well, yeah, Boxing Day for you.
Boxing Day games.
All right, starting off with AFC West matchup: Raiders Chiefs. So,
By the way, real
Raiders.
fast. So Teddy has a little plush of Bullseye, the mascot dog from Target. And when I said Boxing Day, Teddy started like holding him and having him punch his fists like he was boxing.
Cute. All right.
I am dating an adorable person.
Okay. Anyway, so Raiders got Brandon Staley fired by scoring 63 points.
Good job.
Ain't gonna last because Chiefs they finally showed up against they had their get right game against the Patriots.
I mean, they got right-ish.
Yeah.
There was a stretch there where the Patriots were beating them, and it was just like, good God, what has this team become?
Yeah, that was.
When was the last time Taylor Swift appeared again?
She was, I think,
at the Bills
there.
game. At the Bills game,
I
think.
I remember Travis Kelce. Oh yeah, she was there for the Bills game because I remember Travis Kelce got called for a very obvious pass, or there was a very obvious pass interference that was not called on Travis, and they cut to Taylor in the booth, and she was just like, "What the fuck?"
You mean the Bills game this month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 2 games ago.
Right. Or no, was she at Lambeau? No, she was at Lambeau too.
Lambeau was further back.
Right. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, Chiefs. I think they're they have their get right game. This should be an easy game against the Raiders. I'm taking the Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs as well, but there's something about this Raiders team right now that I think they're going to keep it close. I think the spread on this game is 10, and I think that the Raiders can stay within that. I think this is going to be a 1-score game.
Right. By the way, I probably should have mentioned this. I was the only person who picked the Raiders last week.
Yeah. I don't know what we were thinking. You know what we were thinking? We were thinking that this was the same team that lost 3-0 to the Vikings, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I was crazy for that.
Okay. All right, moving on. Oh boy, these two teams going up against each other near the Christmas holiday. This time on the Christmas holiday, Giants Eagles.
Double it.
Oh man, I remember the last Giants Eagles game around Christmas, and that was Miracle at the Meadowlands too.
Yeah, I was about to say, was that the Deshaun Watson, or not Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Jackson kick return touchdown?
That was the punt return touchdown.
Punt return touchdown, thank you.
Yep, and, then immediately afterwards they fired their punter.
Matt Dodge, it was never the same after that.
They should have kept Steve Weatherford.
Mm-hmm. And his big muscles.
I think one of my friends back when I was on Long Island, like she was actually a big Steve Weatherford fan.
Oh,
Like,
Steve Weatherford's the man.
Yeah.
He was the Saints punter for a bajillion years, and like he was awesome.
Yeah,
I think he won a Super Bowl with them.
Yeah, in fact, I think they were when the Giants were playing. Well, I think we're practicing out. I think they were practicing in Jersey at the time. Like the person, she asked to get a Steve Weatherford, asked for Steve Weatherford autograph, and like it's like, wait, really? Like you actually, like they were actually surprised because surprised you wanted the punter's autograph, and said, yeah, she's a big Weatherford fan. It's like, okay, I think she ended up getting it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Eagles. Who's the right answer?
Yeah. I was about to say, like, it's... I said double it at first, and then I thought about it. Like, if Tommy DeVito gets back to anywhere near kind of okay, and the Eagles don't fix whatever shit is going on, Giants might win this game.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
I don't think they are.
No.
I don't think they are either, but I'm saying it's possible.
Right, because they had...
Also, I got people at work who are doing the Tommy DeVito thing. Like the thing with your hand.
Oh, the Italian...
Yeah, look at me. I watched The Departed one time.
Yeah, so they're right now going through their rough patch. So this might be the end of their 3-game losing streak. So
better hope it is.
Yeah, so if not, we have bigger problems. So yeah, I'm picking the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm picking
I diagnosed
the Eagles
you as
as
frauds.
Well. Also,
I've come to realize
they go
that
up
the entire league is basically frauds, except for like the 49ers
and the Ravens.
Wow, what a crazy
this.
coincidence!
Right. Yeah. By the way, Giants. Coin is taking the Giants.
Well, I don't hate it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Leah, you were saying something?
If the Eagles win, they jump the Cowboys. If we agree that the Cowboys lose and the Eagles win.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shot for that number one spot in the NFC East. But yeah,
and the NFC in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like those two plus also the Lions and the 49ers are just all like in that little bubble.
Right.
Last game.
Finally, Super Bowl preview, basically. Ravens, 49ers.
Oh, finally, some good fucking football.
Like, I mean, again, the way that, again, it's the number one team versus the number one team at the moment.
Yeah. Literally the 2-1 seeds.
Like, I'm excited for this game. Both have great offenses. Both have stellar defenses. Both are looking complete despite missing a couple of pieces. Well, okay, Ravens are missing more pieces than the 49ers.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a game
probably also the two MVP frontrunners.
With Purdy and Jackson?
Purdy and Lamar, yeah. Because Lamar is he hasn't been flashy, but he's been doing just enough to kind of like stay in that conversation. So like, you check to see what his odds are. Continue.
But yeah, this honestly is game of the week.
It's not close.
No, because and the fact that it's happening Monday night on Christmas is just icing on the cake. Sorry, no, icing on the Yule log.
Ah,
there you go. Slide it back into Christmas.
Well done.
Thank you. Better
Who are we
than
picking to win this fucking thing?
Say again?
Now, who are we picking to win this fucking thing?
I'm picking the team that's the least injured, so I'm picking the 49ers.
All right. Also, yeah, it's Brock Purdy is minus 200 and Lamar Jackson is plus 450. Those are technically the two favorites right now.
Jeez.
Followed by Dak, Christian McCaffrey, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. And then finally you get to Tyreek Hill.
Okay. Yeah, but I think Jalen Hurts might be dropping off if he ends up losing to the Giants.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
All right. Yeah, so I'm picking the 49ers. Coin's picking the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
What about you two?
I'm still trying to decide. Like, this is going to be hard. I think I'm going to take... See, it's a weird thing. My brain is telling me, 49ers are crazy good. They're the best team in the league. They're undefeated whenever they have their big three start and finish a game.
Right.
But, like, I think I'm going to take the Ravens.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't feel right that nobody else is going to take... Well, I'm looking at Leah's things. Sorry, spoiler. But yeah,
Spoiler
Ravens,
at the end of the video.
Well, spoiler for your prediction. But I think that the Ravens are a team that, like, they can match up well against the 49ers. So, I think I'm going to take them.
All right.
I want to bring one thing up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore number one in the AFC, but the AFC is vastly weaker than the NFC.
That's true.
Man, this is gonna be it's a tough one. Like they saved the best. They honestly did save the best for last.
Like the one seed in the NFC could be any one of four teams by the end of this week.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, thank you. Holy cow, this is a lot. So we're getting close to the end of the we're at the end of the podcast. But thank you everyone for joining us. Have a very safe holiday. And until next time, we will see you for week. What are we on? Week 17.
Next 17.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna enjoy more sugar cookies now.
Enjoy, because I'm exhausted.
Oh, tired.
That's better.